Hello, everybody, and today is April 4th. Uh, Welcome to Enjoy the Movies, where I now put in my 2 cents about movies. Now, the thing is, it's actually April 4th, but it's still the waking session of April 3rd for me because it's mad late because I just stayed up watching 4 movies basically in a row. So, kind of like in one sitting. It's like 3:30. I probably shouldn't be saying this because if my mom sees this, she'll probably yell at me. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, so. I don't have classes tomorrow. It's not a huge deal. So, 4 movies I want to talk about. I think most of them are coming out next week. I think one of them might be coming out the week after, but I'm not sure which one it is. So, I'm not going to make any claims. As we all know, I'm not very accurate with those anyway. So, uh, I'm also kind of loose right now because, won't lie, I've had, 1 or 2 or 4 drinks. So, anyway, movies I want to talk about. In the Name of the King, a dungeon siege tale. That's based on a video game. LionsForLambs, Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story, and Lars and the Real Girl. So we got the spectrum of movies today. So first movie I want to talk about is In the Name of the King, a Dungeon Siege Tale. This movie, very slow, very boring, very not well done, made by some director, I forgot what his name was, like Yui or something, and he's notorious for just being terrible. I'm surprised that he even knows, like, he still gets money for making these movies, and he still gets, I guess, he must know somebody on the inside. I don't know who he knows, but I swear, it's like, why would you keep on giving this bad director money to make more movies? So, the redeeming quality of this movie is that it's slightly amusing in the fact that, there are a lot of big name people in this movie, so, alright. Director's name is Iwi Boll. So I've heard of him once before, not too often. Just actually found out that he has this notorious reputation for just making a lot of bad movies, more or less making bad, video game adaptations from movies. So, but there's so many big name people in this movie. It's Jason Statham, Lily Sobieski, John Rhys Davies, Christiana Loken, Matt Lillard. What else? Burt Reynolds. I mean, there's just so many people, and I was just like, ah! Like, when I saw the movie, it was just, I know that person, or, these people, they've been in so many other movies, so, needless to say, it's maybe just worth looking at briefly, but, needless to say, the IMDb user rating, this is arguably the lowest I've ever seen for anything with over, like, a few thousand votes. So there's like maybe 8,000 votes for this movie, and the user rating is 3.7. Now, even bad movies that usually have over 5,000 views, the average like bad movie rating is like 5 or 6. This is pretty bad. So yeah, the story wasn't even engaging or fun or coherent or anything. Action scenes were terrible. I mean, there was a couple okay ones with Jason Statham, but they weren't good by any means. Now, I swear, if you put this in the hands of any other director, even like, your average Joe like me, I could probably do better than this. So, granted, I don't want to put my money where my mouth is, but if somebody were to give me the opportunity, hopefully I could do better than that. So, no offense to Yui Bowl, but it's it was just bad. So, do not watch this movie. It's terrible. It sucks. Waste of money. Waste of any time. Waste of... Anyway. Okay. Next movie I want to talk about is LionsForLambs. Now, this is a thriller suspense movie. Thought it was very interesting. I wasn't sure what it was about, so when I started watching it, it was slightly confusing because there are these 3 sub-stories that are discussed, and you don't really understand how they're related until towards the end. But there's this one story about a couple of students in this guy's class, and they decide to argue a point and follow through on whatever they're doing. There's this one kid with the same professor, but in a different time frame, and the professor trying to convince him not to quit school and stuff, or basically become a better student. And then there's this other one where some reporter is talking to the senator of something, or the head person of something, and learning about, inside intel of military operations of the United States. Needless to say, I know that sounds boring, but I won't lie. The beginning of the movie is very slow, but it actually really picks up about halfway through, and it's not too long a movie. Unlike, I forgot to say, Dungeon Siege, over 2 hours long, totally not worth it. So, LionsForLambs, though, I think is only like an hour and a half, a little bit more than an hour and a half. Yeah, so not too long. Now, there are a lot of big people in this. Robert Redford plays a great role. He plays the teacher, Professor Malley. Very well done. Meryl Streep, she plays the reporter. Tom Cruise, he plays the senator. And then there's a bunch of other people which you've probably seen in other movies before. They're not quite so big names yet, but I have a feeling that a couple of them will. Now, first of all, I like this movie a lot only because there's a great emotional aspect to it. It's very well done. It's very good. Good acting, good storytelling, very well edited. There's really nothing wrong with it. I liked it a lot, except for the fact that it's slightly slow at the beginning. But it wasn't really rated that well, and I didn't really hear a lot, and I'm not sure if it did well in the theaters. But anyway, needless to say, LionsForLambs, definitely recommend if you like those thriller suspense movies with slight plot twists, and you don't mind a good story. But the thing is, there's a lot of drama. I mean, there's almost like no action in the movie. It's pretty much just a drama movie. So just keep that in mind. A lot of talking going on. So that, and if you don't follow plots that jump around as far as like chronology or jumping around with different viewpoints, don't worry about it, because there's the 3 plots that you pretty much worry about, and they're not like plot subplot. It's like they're all plots, so it's very important. But anyway, ending makes the movie very good, so definitely recommend. Made me feel right here.